Hello, welcome to the Wild Review. I'm the Wild Reviewer, and today I'm going to review a thing. Today I want to talk to you about something that makes me feel good. It's a Christmas-themed thing, so I see in my head that, Christmas is this happy holiday where, we should be happy. No one should really be sad on Christmas. And in my book, that means don't review stuff that's bad and instead review the good. I know there are a whole bunch of different bad Christmas movies out there, like, Home Alone 5 and 4, but thank God I'm not reviewing those because I'm pretty sure they'd be really bad. I really don't want to focus on the bad things around this time, and I just want to focus on the good things that gets me in the Christmas spirit. And one of those things includes something that I make sure I watch every year. There was a big time in my life where I didn't see these because they were off the air in a way, but recently, around 4 years ago, I was able to reconnect with these little skits and specials, and they just make me happy, and they bring me back to my childhood. So, what are they? Well, they're a little thing that I'd like to call Nickmas. Yeah, it's not much of a funny pun. They just replaced Nick with Chris, and I get the name switch, but Nick doesn't sound anything like Chris. But Nickmas was really awesome. I'm talking about really awesome. If you grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, you'd have a pretty good idea what I'd be talking about. That is, if you remember anything from your childhood. I remember these very vaguely, and because I'm recently seeing them now on the internet, I remember them dead on. Don't know what I'm talking about? Well, here's a little history for you. In December of 2002, Nickelodeon ran a series of short animated and stop-motion skits during their commercial breaks to advertise their annual Christmas programming. The skits mostly starred famous cartoon characters that were on in that time period in Nickelodeon history, such as SpongeBob, the Rugrats, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, Hey Arnold, and God, so many more. These skits mostly were parodies of famous holiday specials such as Charlie Brown, The Grinch, and Frosty the Snowman. These commercial breaks continued running from 2002 all the way to 2005 because around 2005, most of the shows that had the characters involved in these skits, their shows were canceled, so it makes sense why they don't show them anymore, especially today, because if a kid were to watch, one of these skits that I'm about to show you that were part of Nickmas on Nickelodeon right now, they probably would have no idea who Jimmy Neutron is, who this guy is, who these guys are. The only one that they probably would recognize is SpongeBob, Squidward, Patrick, and the Fairly Odd Parents. They'd probably also ask, hey, where's Sparky? And that's where I hit them. So it makes me sad that these aren't on Nickelodeon anymore, but it makes me happy now that I get to watch these every year on the internet. As long as this video with all the Nickelodeon Christmas skits are up and not taken down, I'll be happy. The day it gets taken down, I'll cry. These specials were the best, and if you remember any of them, then you're probably going to have a fun time walking down memory lane with me as we're about to go into this. So, let's start the holiday spirits right by going back into memory lane and revisiting some happy moments, because Christmas isn't a time to be sad or review bad things. Let's dive right into one of the coolest Nickelodeon Christmas skits, commercial breaks of all time, Nickmas. Oh, we're starting off with a good one. This one is actually pretty amusing. I remember this one from my childhood. I literally remember standing next to the TV watching this. Yeah, this is the commercial where they're basically advertising an album that Plankton made. Honestly, when I was a kid, I was hoping this was a real thing. I wanted this. Even though the songs were really bad in a way, they were all going towards world domination and destruction and killing, it sounded like a pretty good album, especially if it was sung by Plankton. Who cares if he's evil? It was freaking awesome. The way that the commercial was set up, it actually looked like there was a real product. Though I'd say out of all the songs he sings in this commercial, I'd say the best one is the Nutcracker. Because it's just...
The Nutcracker Suite.
I don't know, he just says it so calmly, and it just makes me happy. It makes me want to dance with him. Oh and of course we can't forget that ending where it actually turns out to just be a whole plot to get the Krabby Patty formula. Now I should mind you that this is not connected to any SpongeBob episode. This is just a commercial. It's fake. It's just, it stands on its own, but it fit pretty well in a SpongeBob episode.
Season's beatings, underlings!
Here's another good one. This is the holiday party skit, which I guess is actually just a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer parody. I'm not 100% sure. I never really saw Rudolph. Oh, calm down. I'm pretty sure half of you haven't seen it.
If I live to be 1,000,000,002, I will never forget the year Goddard the 200-watt dog saved Nickmas.
Hey, wait a minute, Snow Woman. I'd like to hear that story. I didn't hear it. That actually would seem pretty interesting. Why don't we add that in the commercial breaks as well? Goddard saves Nickmas. I'd like to see that. But alas, we can't. We're going into this, which isn't that bad. I actually like this one.
It all started right here in the Santa's workshop.
I'm sorry. I thought this was a Christmas party. Why is there a menorah in the background? Is one of the Nicktoons secretly Jewish? Actually, I think one of them is. Happy Hanukkah. Now, though this skit is good altogether, the one thing that bothers me is the fact that most of these characters aren't playing themselves. I mean, Goddard is at least playing himself, and SpongeBob is, but what's with all the names?
Yukon Cornelius, Winter Squidlock, the Abominable Starfish.
Why do they have to be given all these weird Christmas pun names? Why can't they just be called their normal names?
I don't want to be an elf. I want to be a fry cook.
A fry cook? SpongeBob wants to be a fry cook.
SpongeBob wants to be a fry cook.
Who's SpongeBob? Tell me!
Oh, Zim, I love you. I don't know, something about that part just makes me go... I think it's just that Zim gets so mad. Oh, I love that part.
Who's SpongeBob? Tell me!
Ooh, there were embarrassing photos.
Hey, isn't that the picture that Patrick has in his secret box?
Oh, this is one of the most exciting moments of my life. Well, here it goes. Huh?
I think we have a connection here, kids.
All of us to all of you. Happy!
Insert holiday choice here.
Classic! Oh, and then there's the 12 Days of Nickmas song. There's really no comment on this, other than that it's a really catchy tune. Oh, I kind of wish we heard the whole thing. But I understand why they only play the last verse, because there is limited timing, and... yeah. Yeah. I like the song, it's nice. Oh, and here's a cute one that I actually don't remember this one being on TV, but I'm pretty sure it was on. All these were. This is the Chucky Finster Holiday Special. They have a huge name for it, but it's basically parodying a Charlie Brown Christmas.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and winter solstice are coming, but I'm not happy.
You know, if I could speak honestly, I don't know what Kwanzaa is. I mean, I know what Christmas is, obviously. I celebrate it. And I even know what Hanukkah is. But I still don't understand Kwanzaa. I've been asking this question for years, and I don't know what it is. What is Kwanzaa? You know, what is it celebrating? Why do we worship corn? What's the whole idea behind it? Whoa. Fun fact, the Rugrat creators originally wanted to draw the characters in the form of the Peanut characters. I don't know why this was never done, but I thought it'd be a nice fact to share with you.
The Chucky Finster Christmas Hanukkah Kwanzaa Winter Solstice Special has been brought to you by Dork Krabby Mint Patty. When I bite into a Dork Krabby Mint Patty, I get the sensation of swimming in money. Piles and piles of it. Arr, arr.
I don't know, it's funny. I like it. Oh, here we go. Here's one to remember. How the you-know-who stole the you-know-what. This was pretty awesome. I'd say out of all of them, this is the second best. I'm not telling you my first best. Just because. I guess the reason why I consider this the second best is just because of how structured it is. It's got a perfect narrator, and the rhymes are beautiful. They just amazing. I didn't think it was possible to put all the Nicktoons in a rhyme like that. That's pretty awesome. I give props to the creators for that. Though if I have to criticize it a little, this is supposed to be parodying the Grinch on how he stole Christmas. This is more like how Angelica stole candy. Mostly chocolate. I mean, I get yeah, it's a parody, but I don't know, the other parodies seem to have fit nicely with how the original story went. This is a little different. This is going one step ahead in a way. But other than that, it was still really... Oh my god! I totally forgot Chalk Zone was part of this. That's Rudy from Chalk Zone.
Out came the littlest Nicktoon of all, little Plankton Loo-Hoo, who had one eye, not two. What is going on here?
Why is Plankton so funny in all of these? Like, this is actually a time where I could sit back and say, hey, Nickelodeon, you are actually funny. This was a perfect point in Nickelodeon history because it actually had people laughing. It made people feel good about themselves. You know, Nickelodeon's crap now. Why can't you do this, Nickelodeon? Why? And to end it off, you have Angelica being her little bratty person as well. I like the fact that she doesn't give anything back like the Grinch does. She just takes all of the candy and eats it. That's the one thing I love about these little skits. They keep the character profiles nice. They know what the character is like on the show that they're taking it from. And it's nice. I like it. Oh, and then there's a Fairly Odd Parent Nutcracker skit, which honestly there's really nothing much to comment on. It's actually really quick, and I don't really remember watching it. So let's move on to the last one, Patrick the Snowman, which I'm pretty sure we can all guess what it's parodying. This is the one that I remember the best. This one was played out so much. In fact, I think it was even shortened a little. I think there were 2 versions of this.
Now let's fire it up.
Birthday hug!
He's alive!
Okay, show of hands. Who did not know what Jimmy meant by spoofinator when they first saw this? You guys stink. Oh, and I guess we know how Planet Sheen ends. Sheen ends up coming back from Planet Xeno, am I right? Come on, guys. Honestly, I like Planet Sheen. It was a cool plot, but nobody else seems to like it. Well, no matter of that, that's the end of Nickmas. Those were all the skits, and I absolutely love them. I think they were great. What else can I say? Everything about this was perfect. It couldn't be better. The character profiles were excellent. They managed to keep the same attitude as the characters would be in their shows. They did really great with the animation. I kind of wish, though, that they did different animation styles for certain ones. And I'm not talking about, like, the stop-motion ones. I'm talking about, like, the animated ones itself. But in a way, I like seeing Nigel Thornberry and Patrick in CGI. That's something we rarely get to see ever. I kind of wish we saw Jimmy Neutron, though, as, like, 2-dimensional before, you know, we see him in the Fairly Odd Parents, you know. It would have been nice just to see him as a 2D character in one of those specials, mostly the parody of the Grinch, but other than that, I have absolutely no complaints about this whatsoever. I think Nickmas is awesome. And if Nickelodeon ever, I mean ever, tries doing something similar to it, then I guess I'm reviewing it and going to talk about how terrible it is. I mean, you know, what else can I do? But that's enough of what I think about this beautiful artwork known as Nickmas. Now I want to hear what you guys think. Have you ever seen Nickmas either when you were a little kid or a teenager in the early 2000s or as an adult? Do you have a favorite one out of the ones that I talked about? Also, if you've never seen Nickmas, do you think this looks interesting? Do you agree or disagree with anything I said in this video? Tell me in the comments and also leave me your suggestions for whatever movie, TV show, or random thing you want me to talk about next. I probably might not make a video next week because of the holidays, so if I don't get to talk to any of you guys, I will see you after Christmas, and I hope all of you have a very Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching The Wild Review. I'm The Wild Reviewer, and you just saw me.
You have failed us!
myself. I want to be a fry cook.
A fry cook? SpongeBob wants to be a fry cook.
SpongeBob wants to be a fry cook.
Who's SpongeBob? Tell me!